The following actions are performed by a trained professional. If done properly, it is encouraged to try this at home.
Hey guys, Jed Horner, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. You may be familiar with my patient. This is Sky. At the last episode when we met Sky, she was having a toothache. Oh, Sky's a way warmer. So Sky was having a toothache. Now the good news is that's feeling better. The bad news is, via the baby bird feeding method, she had a lot of treats. So now I'm being called in because I understand she's having a stomach ache. So what I would like to do in today's episode is let you know that there's an alternative to loading Sky up into the car and taking her to the vet. So tune in for another episode of Jed Horner's Vet Clinic. So what I'm going to talk to us about today is that Sky's having some stomach issues, and the traditional method is you have to load the dog up, you got to head to your local vet clinic, and there they'll do an exam, and then they'll do what we call a fecal test. Now, in order to run those labs, the fecal test is very necessary. Now, what I want to do is kind of give you that little peek behind the curtain and let you know that the first part of that exam is really a bunch of nonsense. What you'll find is the vet's going to do some tap-in and some rub-in and, almost treat them like a watermelon at the supermarket to determine if it's ripe or not. Really, that's nonsense, and there's nothing that we're actually doing when we do that. What really matters is that fecal test. So if that's the whole point of going to the vet, guess what? You can skip a few steps and do some things at home. So we'll talk about that. Now, in order to perform this, all you need are a few simple household items. First of all, gloves. A sterile environment is most important when we're trying to take this sample. You'll need something like a Q-tip in order to get the sample, and then a baggie, again, to stay sanitary and clean is the most important. Now, this is really a pretty straightforward process. Now, she's not going to like it, but she wouldn't like it here, and she's not going to like it at the vet clinic. It's just one of those things you got to do. So what we'll do is you start here, and then you... Oh, come on. Oh, just stay still for me. Stay real still for me. All right, hold it. Ah! Okay, mission accomplished. So sometimes it's a little bit easier than others. Sky gave me a run for my money, but I was able to get our sample. If you want to zoom in here, what you'll see is it's just a simple swab, okay? So, again, sterile environment, super important. So all you got to do now is take the baggie in one hand. I do recommend keeping the gloves on in this situation. Place it in there, just like this. Get it sealed up. I also recommend going the extra step of just getting the air out of it. Seal it up, and now you're on the way to the vet clinic. And what you were able to do is you avoided that extra trip. You can drop this off on the way to work or picking the kids up from school. We'll run the sample at the clinic, and then we'll call in a prescription you can come pick up later. And guess what? Your pup friend didn't have to get loaded up into the car and saved everybody a trip. So, and hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time.
Woo!